Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm coming here to just give you guys a quick update on two things. First and foremost, the min delta, and then secondly, a bit of just like a life update. I know that's not going to appeal to everyone, so we're going to start with the min stuff, because realistically, that's what 90% of you guys are here for anyways. So since the last part, quite a bit has changed. I bought some more of the parts I need. I got the dryland bearings in, I have the idlers, stuff like that. Obviously, the design itself has evolved significantly since back then, which is really cool to see. Squirrel Brain has done some awesome things. Kova has some amazing carriages with apex clips, stuff like that. Opens up the possibility for all-wheel drive, bunch of other cool stuff, which is awesome because that project can now start scope creeping a little bit, and it'll get more and more interesting. So that'll be fun to see. But one thing came in, and it has sort of shifted my perspective on the whole project, and that is the bed heater. So I got this a couple of days ago, and it's an 80 by 80 millimeter, or an 80 millimeter diameter, I should say, bed heater. And this thing is tiny. And the crazy thing is that this is oversized for the min. So this is 80, like I said. The min is closer to like 75 on a good day, with 5 or so millimeters cut out the back for the 50-15 on the effector. It would actually hit the rods on the back there. So this is actually larger than the build volume, or build area, I should say, you would get on min. And like, I knew it was going to be small, but this is kind of ridiculous. The vast majority of what I print, which is of course more printer parts, would not fit here at all. So I think I've decided at this point, I think I'm committed to it, I guess I should say, but I'm going to go with a slightly bigger design. Now that leaves three main options. So there's Delta Flyer, which is not out yet, but Rolahan is working on it, which is very similar, but prints with a series of smaller pieces. I like it. I have no problems with it, but I don't think it's the direction that I want to go. I'm leaning towards the two existing 120 millimeter diameter mods for min. As of now, there's two. I mean, there might be more, but we've seen one from Kaza, which was just posted last night. And we've even more recently seen Squirrel Brain's mod. Now, they're both very similar, it's just scaled up. I don't really have a huge preference between them, leaning towards Kaza's because it's sticking with the 6mm belts, whereas Squirrel Brain is more in the 9mm territory, which is fine, but just doesn't really match what I want to do. I like Kaza's as well because it's a little bit more true to the original min and gives you some more modability there, I think. But they're both great. I don't want to really pick favorites, just whichever one works better for you. But basically that's the plan. I'm going to pivot to a 120 millimeter instead of an 80. I know it doesn't sound like a huge difference, but 120 millimeter versus this 80 is like 2 times, actually more than 2 times the area. And when you consider that this is actually bigger than min, it's closer to like, it's getting up to like 3 times more area, which is way more practical. It's still going to be small, still going to be cute, but I can actually do some practical stuff on it, which is nice. Because otherwise, I don't think I do anything other than like a calibration cube and a benchy twice and then never touch it again. But maybe if it's a 120, there'll be some actual use cases like prototyping small parts. I mean, there's lots of small parts I did for min, as you can see. Lots of small parts that would actually fit. Maybe not something like this, but you know, most things would actually fit quite comfortably on a 120, and I think we've demonstrated that with something like the V0. So 120 it is, going to get a little bit bigger, but ultimately the project is still a go, which is excellent. So that's what you're going to see coming up. I am going to buy longer rods, 300 instead of 250. That gives me about 100 millimeters of Z height, which is pretty fair. I think it's pretty even with a 120 mil diameter. I think that can do basically anything I'd really need it to in a pinch. So that's the plan. Now, for the diehards who are still here for the actual life update stuff, I'm going to keep it brief, but just sort of explain what's going on. Everything is a mess in here, more of a mess than usual. I'm intentionally hiding the finished 300mm Trident back there. Video coming soon, don't you worry, but basically the gist is I am actually going to be moving to a different province for the summer to work, and as a result, I, can't bring all of this stuff with me. So I have to be very, very tactical with the one printer that I have space to bring up with me. It's not a secret. It's going to be the 250mm Trident, my main Trident. It's proven itself to be reliable. It's enclosed, so I can do ABS, which the 300 one is not yet, and I don't have time to do it now. So it's the most practical, it's a good size, not too big, all that kind of thing. And basically, I'm going to be limited to that printer and whatever stuff I can shove inside of the chamber to put in the car and go, which is really not a lot when you think about it. Filament, I'm not too concerned with. I can buy some more once I'm up there, but in regards to other parts, I have to be very careful with it. So everything's sort of torn apart. I'm deciding what things make the most sense to bring, and hopefully I end up with a good enough assortment of parts that I can still make videos over the summer. But obviously my ability to do so is going to be kind of greatly hindered, I would say, by not being here surrounded by the stuff. So to help remedy that, I filmed a bunch of stuff in advance. That poll that went out a couple weeks ago, all of those videos have been filmed. Some of them have even been edited and are ready to go. And those videos are going to come out weekly from here on out to sort of give me a bit of padding and time to adjust to the new living situation before I can hopefully get settled and then start making more videos up there. So that's sort of the plan. Hopefully it doesn't impede videos too much. Right now I'm at a point where I'm really enjoying and back into this 3DP stuff, where for a while there I wasn't super into it, but now I want to go full steam ahead. I have projects, everything under this blanket, I just quickly covered it, is going to be a project for once I'm up there, because it's all small and I can fit it in the existing Trident. So that's going to be good, and I'm sure we'll get up to other things. Of course, the Min build obviously will have to continue up there, which is kind of a problem because the arms were ordered to here and now I'm going to have to ship them back over there, but that's okay. So yeah, this doesn't mean the end of anything, but I do think it's kind of important to mention that, just so people are sort of aware of what's going on. You'll still see some videos filmed from here that I filmed previously, some videos filmed over there, and hopefully in the end it'll all work out. Anyways, I've been rambling for long enough, and I still have a lot to pack, so thank you very much for bearing with me, and I will see you guys in the next one.